Tobie Hewitt, speaking with Spirit. This week, I'd like to discuss what happens during near death experiences or right after we pass over to the other side. I got a question through my fan book page on Facebook, Tobie Hewitt, Intuitive Consultant, regarding a near death experience description that was heard on YouTube. And in this description, it made it sound as though the other side was pretty much hell, with a description of horrible perceptions and feelings of despair, and generally not a very good place to be. And that is just not the case in reality. When people have those kinds of perceptions of the other side, that they've reached hell, for example, whether through a near death experience from which they return to their bodies or after a transition that we call death, they will normally encounter what they believe to be there. For example, people such as myself, people just walk through a door or down a tunnel and find themselves on the other side. Sometimes people have no perception whatsoever of what's going to go on. They think they're just going to be done. And they're very surprised to find out that they still exist and everything is just fine. Now, some people have been taught to expect that they're going to go to hell, which of course does not exist. And they, for some reason, feel that they're deserving of that punishment. And so when they have a near-death experience or when they go to the other side, that's what they anticipate and that's what they experience, but it's not real. It's a perception that they have. It's basically a hallucination. I would bring it into the same category as when I give a reading to somebody and they want to talk to one of their loved ones on the other side, and I try to get that person, and they are on kneeling, waiting for whomever to show up because they can't go forward. They can't pass go until this person shows up, either a deity or a saint or whatever. And I've had people on the other side trying to get their attention, and they will not listen. They don't want to know that there's another way to be over there. And so when we look at the other side as far as, well, let's use the NDE, the near-death experience, people can go over there and just have a glorious moment with loved ones, have a short visit, realize that there's no such thing as death, and not have these kinds of hallucinations. They just go over and then they realize that their time here isn't done and they come back. But those who experience this negative energy, these negative perceptions, they have been told that they have done something wrong, or they believe they have done something wrong, and that that is what they deserve over there. And I think that's one of the disservices of dogma, is that they're taught fear, and that this dogma is then able to release them from that fear. So the fear factor is very high here and on the other side. Another situation where they could have experienced this kind of a reaction to their near-death experience would be if they had been doing hallucinatory drugs, or some sort of mind-altering drug may have contributed to whatever they experienced. But from the quite a number of people that I have talked to on the other side, there's no such thing as hell. Well, there's no such thing as hell anyway, but they've never reported anything such as hell. They're able to talk quite lucidly. They discuss just existing as we exist. They talk about their love for their people over here and for people who are over there, but I've never encountered in all my years of doing this anybody who has reported seeing anything that would be akin to the description of hell that society, aspects of society can create in people's minds in order to gain control. I hope that this helped alleviate fear for people who may have been afraid of this kind of experience when they cross over, or if they should happen to have an NDE experience. You may contact me through Tobie Hewitt, Intuitive Consultant, on Facebook. I'd be happy to help you with questions and be able to help you find answers and also schedule a reading. Again, that's Tobie Hewitt, Intuitive Consultant on Facebook. Namaste.